Let's see what else I want here. All right. That's not flowing quite right. These liquid acrylics are great for this. I wish I could work with the oils in here, but the smell is just too much for my lungs.
Yeah.
And there's not a chance that I can do it. So, that's life. I've gotten used to lately working off some pictures, because after I put that information on the website about portraits, I was getting a lot of requests through the website on past owners for their children or grandchildren. I never used to do portraits, and getting requests for those, and they're out of town and this and that. And also I find people, when they sit, are a little uptight usually. It works its way out, but I work pretty fast, and it usually doesn't work its way out by the time they're here. And I almost prefer the non-interference of the people there. So I asked for certain kind of photographs, like no big toothy smiles and stuff like that. And people, of moments where they're involved in something that's them. And it's worked out pretty good. And from that, I got used to working off of some photographs. So today, I'm thinking about this. Somebody inquired about this, and we can't find it in the inventory anywhere. I checked Dave in Delano, and he went through everything, had his people go through. And it's somewhere, but I don't know where. So I told the person, and they said, well, I said, well, maybe I'll do something like it, take off on it. So today, while we're fooling around here, maybe I do that, but not it. Just, I don't know, the general area and whatnot, the feeling, they work it out. There. Talking while on camera is a slightly aware thing, because painting is a very alone thing. And it's very quiet. It's very peaceful, no matter how frenetic it gets. And of course, talking is not exactly that. I'm really standing, as you guys are seeing, I'm standing much too close to the canvas to see what's going on. You might come in close and take a look and get my eye view on this. And by not being able to see it here, that's a good start. I've been working outside whenever I can, when it's not freezing and the weather is, it's not loaded with snow and I can work. And been working on a big table, which is like 8 or 9 feet by 7 feet, and painting like this, but not like Pollock on the floor where he's going whack, whack, whack and whatnot. I'm working right here down. I'm this far from viewing the actual work, and the work is, usually what I'm working on is about 90 inches wide. So there's no chance I can, go and judge it by my eyes as such, but judge it by intuition. Yeah, and that's how I paint, and I know it comes that way. My oxygen isn't going up, put it that way. Over the last year, it hasn't. The lungs haven't just gotten better. They haven't gotten that much worse, but I can tell it when I'm working. I go, oh, not a big deal, but. And as most things, sort of in life, everything changes But this business of whether it's changing for the worse or the better is not all that appears on the surface. Okay, so I can't go back country anymore, I'm supposedly. Blah, blah, blah. I can't go up to high altitudes, so the whole reason for my being in Aspen, for me, is pretty well shot with that. I'm not going to be going back. On the other hand, for 15 years, 2 times a week for 6-7 months a year, that's what I was doing. And it would take 3/4 of the day. And the next day I was shot. I was in my 70s. And at the end, I was in my 80s. And so I surely wasn't painting then. Whereas now, I don't think I've ever had more time for painting than I have now. It's just one of those things. Even in Spain, there was other things. It was the horses. Bah! Every day. And we rode, and we rode. Well, you don't paint while you're riding. You may when you come back, but then there's one thing and the other. It's much more limited time, which is fine. And all I'm saying is out of this being restricted on 24/7 oxygen, and that's the first time I take a look. And I took a look because my hand hesitated. It didn't come automatically where I was going to go. So therefore I'm going to begin to think, well, if I'm going to I pull back and actually take a look at it. I'm not trying to copy this thing. I just want to get the feeling and going. And I'll end up with a group one way or the other, a colorful group. That's all they're out for. And I would hope something having more of something to it, more feeling to it. Not that I don't like this, but I'm painting another painting. So, here we go. I took a look. It's not looking and saying, ooh, I see this or I see this, so therefore I want to do this or that. It isn't quite like that. It's more, at this stage, just looking, absorbing it, and going. It's not a thought process at all. Later on, or on a face if I'm working, or a canvas is significantly along the way, it's different. It's if I see something, I'm aware of it, and if I'm aware of it, I want to change it. I don't want to see anything in a canvas. I want to just be taken in by the entire work. That's nice as it goes like that. And that sets in. So another time when I hit a raw canvas, I think probably the next canvas I do will be raw, and I'll just go on with palette knife and pick up some of this stuff here, like this here, and going. I haven't done it in a long time. Anyway, I need some black. Black, like dark. Where? I could use a larger easel. The studio in Spain was about 60 feet long, I think. But then I worked on the same kind of corner I'm working in now. It never was spread out of the whole thing. And also I love, we've got daylight pouring in now in order for you to shoot well. But I love being in the, not dark necessarily, but low key lighting. I think most of my painting in the first 20 years was done at night. The days were for living, and the nights were for painting.